Hi there, Aaron Dehart here again, and this is video number 2 in our What to Expect series. And this is now where we've had what to expect for my offers been accepted, also known as mutual acceptance between all parties when you're buying your house. So what I want to talk about is what comes next. Now that you've got mutual acceptance, we've had our offer accepted. Congratulations. That means we're now moving along into the next phase of stuff. So first thing is you're going to be receiving a couple of items that are going to get sent over to you via email that are going to come from my team. And it's super important. A couple of those items we're going to need wet signed, which means you're actually going to physically have to sign them. You can scan those and send them back to us and email those back. You're also going to be receiving something that is what's going to be called an e-sign, which basically allows us to communicate electronically with you through email and also to do some signatures through e-signature. You're going to be receiving a packet of your initial loan disclosures. Now, pay close attention here. Full disclaimer on your initial loan disclosures, we purposely have to pad some things. A few years ago, the government came out with a law that requires us to put every single possible fee that could be associated with your loan on the initial disclosure. So for example, there might be an appraisal reinspection fee, some other things like that. Even if those things don't happen, we still have to have those on your initial disclosures. So don't be alarmed about that. That's just something I wanted to point out for you. We're also going to update your total cost analysis. If you remember, we had one of these when we were doing the beginning scenarios for you and pre-approving you. We're now going to update this for you with the actual correct taxes and the property address, and also tighten up the fees for you that we get from title and escrow. So we can get that as tight and exact for you as we possibly can. That way you're going to have a better idea of what our actual cash to close is when we get to that point. Now, typically within about 5 days or so, you're also going to be conducting a home inspection with your real estate agent. This has nothing to do with your home loan at all. I don't want it. I don't want to see it. Don't send it over to us. That's something for you to keep. That's something you're going to pay for outside of closing. Typically, most inspectors require to be paid up front. So just be prepared for that when that happens. And again, I don't want that at all. That's your copy. You keep it. Don't send it to us. Now, very important during this phase, if something changes, please notify us right away. Most agents are going to notify us. So if there's something that comes back on the inspection that you don't like or something like that, please let us know on how things are progressing with that. So now your initial loan disclosures are going to come out to you. It's typically within about 3 or 4 days. When we get your contract back, we have to send off to the title company, get the fees back. And then typically a couple days later, they're going to send out your initial loan disclosures. It's super important, if you remember what I was talking about earlier in the video, the e-sign, that you go in and sign those within 24 hours of receiving those initial disclosures. That allows us, by law, to legally start moving forward on your loan. That's going to allow us to order the appraisal and to legally start underwriting your loan and move into the next step of that. So next, we're going to go to underwriting. And that's when we're going to be going in for what's called our conditional approval. And if you remember, totally normal for us to go and get our initial underwrite, get our loan approval, but we still might need a few items from you. It's completely normal and part of the process. My transaction coordinator will be reaching out to you with any additional information that she needs. So please be on the lookout for that. It's going to be important when she does reach out to you and says, hey, we've got your initial loan approval. I need A, B, and C from you, these items. Super important to jump on those items right away and get those back to my transaction coordinator within 24 hours so we can stay on track and stay on task to have a successful closing. So during this time, your appraisal is also getting performed on the property. Now remember, appraisers are independent third parties, so they're going to be required to be paid up front. And in most cases, appraisals are going to come in at value. Now, let's go worst case scenario. And if you remember, we sent you the packet on the 88 types of turbulence we can encounter. It's a great opportunity to go back and do that. So let's go worst case scenario. What could go wrong during this? A few things. The appraisal doesn't come in at value. It comes in below. Okay. So in this case, That's when you go back and negotiate with your agent. Hey, it appraised for this. Will you guys take that? Because remember, the lender's only going to appraise on the appraised value or the sales price of the home, whatever is the lesser of the two. Or the appraisal could have items that need to be addressed on the home. Example, it could have some damaged items. It could have a failing roof. Depending on the type of loan it is, if it's FHA or VA, there could be some other things that need to be satisfied for that appraisal to be fixed and to get those work orders completed. Once we have our satisfactory appraisal done, the file is going to go back to our underwriting department. We're going to have a nice complete file, and our underwriter is going to issue what's called a clear to close. This is when we get happy and celebrate, but we're still not done. We still got a little more to do. We're almost done. So this is a great time to go back and review the mortgage packet with the video on the process and what to expect next. And also make sure you review the do's and don'ts during that process. This is a very important time. We don't want to be given notice at our job. We don't want to go out and buy a new Ferrari or Lamborghini or anything like that. We don't want to start going and buying furniture because our house is not cleared yet. So just remember that, keep that in mind with that. Well, also, again, we want to take the time to review the 88 ways that turbulence can affect us, just so we're staying on task and know what we're doing with that. And finally, so my business is built off of recommendation from all my clients and referrals that we do. So in about 3 or 4 weeks after we close on your loan, we want to check in with you and just make sure we did a good job. So we're going to be asking for a couple of things. We're going to be asking for you, if you feel we did a good job, for you to take the time to fill out a quick 5-minute survey for us. Really helps us out. And we also want you to be thinking about friends, family, coworkers, people we might go to church with that we could also help and that you'd be comfortable recommending to. So I'd greatly appreciate that, as would my team. We'll be in touch with our Tuesday update videos as we do that. And then also we send out our Friday end of the week, going into the weekend videos. So look forward to sending the next video to you in the What Comes Next series. And until then, have a great day. Talk to you soon.